People deluded. Now, I don't know what's in the water in Nottingham, but I praise academies like Nottingham Forest. I feel Nottingham Forest, Charlton, couple other clubs. You might see their players progress to first team level and that, but you never hear them praise. You never hear them praise for the way they develop players. It's sad, car 9 times out of 10 these players are taken to bigger clubs, but I applaud Nottingham Forest for what they're doing. I applaud them for Arvin Appiah, a young player I wanted at Arsenal. He's quite a decent prospect, and I've seen he's gone and scored. He went and scored his first goal again for Nottingham Forest. I can't remember who against, but I saw it. So I'm happy to see him. I mean, he's a dazzling winger in his own right. But again, what is in the water? But just a year or so younger than him, you've got Alex Mighten. He's been linked with hella clubs, and he's part of the England's under-17 sides with Greenwood and Monster, who's still a schoolboy at Arsenal and things like that. And it's testament to Forest. It's testament to these young English players. And I honestly believe there's never been a better time to be a young English player because of the coaching they're getting now. To a degree, there's a lot of dinosaurs, but because of the opportunities, because of a lot of things happening. And if you're a young English player and you're born in 2000, 2001, 2002, and around them ages, you're a monster. I genuinely believe when these kids were conceived in their mothers' bellies, all these mothers were sat down in the hospital and said, "Listen, your son's going to be an elite footballer," and they were given some stuff because I don't know what's in the water. Because especially England's under 17s, anyone called up from under 17s is on my radar to just simply look at. He is sick. 16 years of age. It would serve him good to. Hopefully, it could be a thing where he stays at Forest. He gets his chance at he's 16, so it's down to him as far as he wants to go. But he stays there for a couple of years. He learns his craft. He stays there until 19, 20, 21, and if the move happens, it happens. Obviously, I'm not saying just stay there for the sake of it. If you're good enough and you can make the move, you can. Look at Dele Alli, but typically you see with these big clubs, they'll buy him, he'll just be the one of many just trying to crack on the door for a chance, where there's a clear sort of pathway. There's never a clear pathway at any club, but there's a clear pathway at Forest, and they don't have money to spend at City and United. 2 clubs linked with him could. But I like him. Can play on either flank. For me, from what I've seen, the little I've seen of him, better on the right-hand side. He's quick, he's direct, he's skillful, his link-up play is good. He can mix up the play, when to go down the flanks, when to come inside. Could still play with his head up a bit more. Passing could probably be a bit more consistent, but the potential is scary. And it's scary, the prospect of possibly not only Alex Mighten, but him and Arvin Appiah on either flanks, or just 2 options within Forest's side. And because of the cycle that football is, and I'm sure they have Premier League ambitions, if Forest can't match that, you'd like to think they'd both, if they become the players I believe they can be with their potential, they're both going to be sold on for to bigger clubs with bigger ambitions and more money, which would be a tidy profit for Nottingham Forest. You look at Forest, they've got these 2. They've got Brennan Johnson, which we'll get onto a bit. They've got Joel Worrell. They've got a couple young players here and there that have potential to serve the club right, to be sold on, and just keep the club in good testament. I mean, I'm so sure I saw Alex score a decent goal against Ireland, and he's so sure I didn't watch the game, but from what I hear of the under-17s versus America, USA, he put in a good shift. So carry on. He's a good footballer, man. He's scary potential, like I said. And you've got Brennan Johnson, can play in a couple of forward positions. I think he's the son of an ex-footballer. He's a decent player. I mean, he's of Welsh and English heritage. I think he's been capped by Wales at youth international level. I like his bravado. He wants to be the one to make things happen, to decide games. I mean, he's got good movement as well. Decent passer, but from the little I've seen of him, admittedly, I haven't seen too much of him in comparison to Mighten, but from what I've seen of him, excellent free kick taker, and it's clear to see why Everton were chasing him as a 15-year-old. Again, potential is just potential, and just how far these players go is all on them, and hopefully, God willing, they stay fit and get opportunities, but the talent is there. And credit to Nottingham Forest, man. Like, their fans know, and people within the know, but I mean, you constantly hear of, it's definitely the Premier League clubs, how much they develop talent. And again, Charlton and Forest, especially Charlton, to be fair with you, they're not really praised. So if I can do my bit in my, just probably get 120 views or something like that. If I can do my bit to alert people, again, you guys know I'm not here to say these lot are going to be world beaters and stuff like that. I don't hype up players to kill them. But yeah, I just thought I'd offer my 2 pence on the lads. So, Mighten, Johnson, continue doing what you're doing. Appiah, I see you. If you want to join Arsenal, come, my guy. But yeah, man, I've got nothing more to say on that front. So, people, deluded, stay safe, man. Thank you very much for tuning in.